Hello, kids, and welcome to the Domestic Disturbance Podcast. 3 comics, 3 opinions, 1 shit show. Featuring Mike Keegan.
Are you just going to talk over me the whole time? Is that what you're going to do? All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Thank you very much.
Carla Oakerson.
I tolerate you. I think I tolerate you very well.
You don't tolerate me at all.
I tolerate you. Believe that. I certainly tolerate all your horse shit. Look at me, I'm being tolerant right now. Look how tolerant. I'm tolerating it.
And Tim Saliani.
See,
Bill Clinton suicides people was the name of my high school band.
Be sure and stop by the Domestic Disturbance Podcast Facebook page to check out any new shows, upcoming events, or to leave us some hate mail. Music from our podcast is from the hardcore band Bore. You should check them out on Spotify and Bandcamp, where you can put a little something in the hat for them and purchase their music like good little consumers. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the arguments.
Hey, Bobby, good afternoon. Or morning to you.
You stink.
Shut up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear you.
Hi. Hi, Mike.
How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Howie. Door.
Everything's good. Can't complain. Hanging in there. How's everybody doing there? Everybody's feeling good?
It's California. I can't go on the red carpet. And these people, they're really upset.
Your tan looks good.
Oh, thank you. What else is there to do? I go in the pool.
Exactly. There's nothing else to do.
Your nails look better than mine.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't. It's crazy. I've been home. I put on 465 pounds. Crazy. It's California.
This is Carla's my girlfriend. We have breakfast.
Pleasure to meet you.
And this is Tim Saliani.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
So, Carla and I, we sit at breakfast and think about what we're having for lunch and dinner. That's what we do all day.
Yeah, look at this life. I haven't been home for 2 weeks in 40 years. Now I'm home for 9 weeks, and I'm ready to die.
Outside.
Exactly. But, it's good to see you. Thanks for doing this. We're happy to have you.
No problem.
So we were, we trying to get some veteran comics to talk about now that this is everything's shut down, what the future looks like.
I have Food Loops outside. You want to eat them?
Is that your daughter?
They're outside, Mikey, and I'm...
That's Julia.
Mikey, they're outside.
Mike, what's wrong with you? Like, take the podcast seriously. Why do you have kids floating around?
Seriously, the door was closed. But,
Are those your kids, Mike?
That's Carla's daughter.
It's actually my daughter.
How old is she, Carla?
She's 5.
Ah, adorable.
This is how this works. She actually shipped her kids over to Mike's house so she could do the podcast.
Oh, that was smart. That was smart.
I originally had something else that I was doing at 1, so I have that with my older daughter, and I said, okay, so I'll give you Juliana, my younger daughter,
right.
And then I thought I was going to have to do this from the car on Zoom, and then it turns out what I thought I had to do today is actually next Friday. So I think that's quarantine brain.
I know. I was walking around the house, and then my wife said to me, she goes, "Don't you have something today?" I go, yeah, but I didn't get it at 10:30. I was supposed to get how to get in. I'm AOL. I don't know any of this.
Seriously, I'm the same way, and I just kind of started getting the hang of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
how long you been doing the podcast?
We're doing it for almost 2 years probably now.
You're kidding.
2 years.
What, a year?
Years.
I don't know. A year?
It's been since last almost a year, maybe.
Who have you been podcasting with on the side, Mike?
Maybe 10 months.
So Mike's having a party in his head, and he didn't invite anybody. Okay.
Because the thing is, Carla's also...
That's
Right.
So, yeah.
When I perform, I show both sides.
Exactly.
Honey doesn't discriminate.
That's fair.
People do.
That's it. It's all green. It's all green.
I took the money and ran.
Exactly.
How many times have you met Trump?
Time.
Jesus.
Oh no, I've known him I knew him, and he used to come to comedy clubs in Florida and to see me. And I'm not a big fan at all.
That's great, though. You're not a fan, but he is.
I'm a comic. I tell the truth. It's a pleasure to be, and we have a new president. I guess orange is the new black. Hey, and then after the show, he came over to me. He goes, "Great show, Bob. Politicians were jokes." We always looked at it as like, are you out of your mind? You mean to say they don't pay for their kids' education? We pay for it. They get insurance for the rest.
Upstate New York.
Well, now they're seeing it. Who's lied 13,000 times? Who needs kid? Who's
known him for a long time. We know who he is. We know what he's like.
Well, that's my thing. I knew he was an asshole in 1987. I was, but that's what we had at the time. I'm going to vote.
People have finally learned. And even the people, his deplorable.
As Carla says that to me every day.
Now you understand the pain I feel, Mike, now that somebody else says it to you? Do you understand my pain, my daily pain?
Well, some of my friends who are very wealthy, they go for him. And I ask them honestly, why? Because eventually, and they go, because of money. And I said, because he goes, we could save so much money with this asshole as our president. I go, really? I go, but eventually, don't you have to look yourself in the mirror and go, take a good hard look and say, I can't go for a guy that does this. You know what it's a good choice.
It's easy to feel about yourself in a Bentley, though. So I guess.
How's that working out for you, Mike?
I'm fine. But
how do you feel not performing?
Terrible. I mean, my last show was March 15th. It was a St. Patrick's Day show at a theater, and I'm lost without it. I try to write every day, but it's just like I'm writing, and I don't even know when I'm going to be back on stage again.
I think it's important to mention that Mike's last show was a guest spot on my show at a St. Patrick's Day show at a theater. I just want to throw that out there.
No, I did that. I did it. No, I did a show at Suffolk Theater after. But that was my last one.
Nice.
Yeah,
on Long Island. I work at the Patchogue Theater.
Yes, I love Patchogue Theater.
Great.
That's one of my favorite places. I love there. They have great shows in the summertime. They play like old movies there, and it's like $5.
You and I worked at some shithole place out of Long Island.
We did. It was 89 North was where we were.
I love that venue.
89 North. That was in Patchogue.
I never got paid.
Get out of here. They never paid. Wow.
Really?
Not a comic there. Joe something. Maloney.
Joe Malonis.
Never paid me.
Really? Oh, boy. Oh, man. That's terrible.
Do you want us to fight him?
Yeah, I might have to.
I mean, not a problem.
You know what?
Carla's all over that.
Fight him.
We're comics. The cream rises to the top. Shit floats for a while, then it sinks.
That's true. I'm sure you've seen it a million times. So.
No.
Oh, really? Oh, Jesus.
No. I've always gotten paid.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. Yeah, we know Joe. I know the venue. I've been there a few times.
All right.
But that was a cool night for me though, because it was my first time working with you, and I've always been a fan. That was always my biggest thing. My father used to work nights, and I used to come downstairs when he would get home, and we'd watch Stand Up Spotlight, and you were our favorite. So my dad got to come and watch me open for you. So that was the coolest night ever.
Oh, how great was that? We had fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We didn't make any money, but we had fun.
I know. It seemed to be in a back alley, and you had a park in the back. I didn't get it. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we all kind of grew up watching you, so this was like all pretty exciting for all of us. It was particularly exciting for me because I'm always talking about whether or not I should move to LA, and I feel like I had the same trajectory as you. Like I grew up in Queens, then I moved to Long Island, and now I'm like, so does this mean I get to move to Malibu soon? Is it coming?
The only reason why I picked up was Aaron Spelling. Remember Aaron Spelling?
Oh yeah,
90210.
He saw me in at Catch a Rising Star, and he handed me his card. He goes, "Call me on Monday. Have your agent call me." I went, "My parents?" And I had a guy interested in me at the time, and he called him. He goes, "You know what this guy? I go, no."
Here's my dad.
Anyway, he was doing a.
My dad
What's
says,
that?
"Put your head in there." Put your head. There we go.
What's up, Bobby?
What are you doing there, handsome?
Wanted to stick my head in and say hello.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, you got this kid started on comedy. I used to watch you when I was watching him when he was about 3 years old.
Oh, that means I got a walker now.
Hey, wait a minute. How old are you? I think you're younger than I am.
64.
I'm 65.
Look at that. Let's pee together.
All right, come on over. See you guys later.
Thank you. A pleasure to meet you.
You too.
I forgot what I was telling you. I don't.
Sort of
I
a peeing
came out
together.
here. I came out here. Remember Eddie? I don't think you remember. You're younger. Eddie Mecca. He was on Laverne and Shirley. He was the big ragu.
Yep.
Oh, the big.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And they took him and I, and they used us to shoot a pilot called Rent-A-Cop, which we were two cops working together at like a mall and other things. We would get called, and we did a pilot for him, and they paid like $100,000. So I said to my then girlfriend, I said, I'm going to go out to California and do this. Everyone likes California. I don't know anything about it, but I'm going to go out there and stay with a friend. Would you consider coming out? And she eventually did. And we've been here 28 years, but I still have my apartment in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
You still have it now?
Huh?
You still have it now?
Oh, yeah.
I see the wheel spinning.
12th and Broadway. I'm a New York kid, so I love New York.
Yeah,
California here, it's really different. You can't beat how beautiful it is. You know, I'm 17 blocks from the ocean. I'm in a place called Santa Monica. It's a bubble. But the people here, they have an attitude about them. They're racist. They're not New Yorkers, you know. So
yeah, exactly. No, it's a different world.
So it's more of a subtle racism and not so in your face.
right. You know.
But yeah, because you're originally a Queens guy, went to high school in Long Island. I know you graduated with a history degree, right? That's
University of Buffalo, moved back into Manhattan, worked for Calvin Klein, did stand-up comedy at night. That was my dream.
The first club you worked, was that Catch a Rising Star?
The first
club you worked, was that Catch a Rising Star?
Oh no, it was a little club on 30th Street and 3rd Avenue, 2nd Avenue. It was called Good Times.
Okay, I think I've heard of it.
Me, Brad Garrett, a bunch of comics that you know now. Yeah. And then one day I was lucky enough because the owner of the place was a prick. I think he died. His name was Rico. And he was friends with a guy. And one day I was doing my show and he called me over to his table. I was like, ugh. And I went over there and another owner of a club was there. And he said to me, hey, really nice show. I go, oh, thank you. I'm just learning. He goes, how would you like to come up to my club and work? I said, what's your club? It was Rick Newman from Catch a Rising Star.
Oh, wow.
I said, I'd love to. And I became an MC.
That's awesome. Very cool.
You know, just kept working.
And then it goes from there. And then
I remember
you were did you teach in Buffalo?
What's that?
Were you a teacher in Buffalo?
After I graduated, I taught high school 1 year, which really prompted me to want to be a comic because I had 23 kids, 30 kids, and I would make them laugh and have fun. And what's that?
That was the same with me. Actually, I graduated with a history degree. I student taught for a while. I didn't like it, but then I went into comedy after that.
See?
Yeah.
I think Mike Keegan's a little single white female on you, Bob.
Yeah. Except he refuses to move off of Long Island. So
where do you live?
I live in East Meadow on Long Island. So I'm right.
Where do you live?
I'm in Freeport.
We're Long Island, Jones Beach, West End 2. Park the car. You walk 43 fucking miles to the water.
through the tunnel.
And the Jewish girls, come on, we got to move the blanket. The sun's shifting.
Exactly.
I love Long Island. I do. Yeah. I really like Long Island.
I love it.
Back? Would you move back?
No, because of the traffic.
Yeah.
But I've heard the traffic in California is equally bad.
Yeah, but I live in this little bubble called Santa Monica, right by the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And north of me is Malibu, south of me is Venice, and then Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach. So as a comic, when I'm writing something and I want to try it out, I run down to Hermosa Comedy and Magic Club, which is in Hermosa Beach. It's like a half-hour ride from me, and I work it out. When I'm in New York at my apartment on 12th and Broadway, I run down to the Cellar and work it out.
Excellent, yeah.
We need that. That's because we're circus people. We're carny.
Exactly. Because I live 3 minutes away from Governor's Comedy Club, so that's my home.
God. How's Governor's doing?
It's great. This podcast, actually, they broadcast it through Governor's Radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Governor's doing great. I mean, they're waiting to open back up, but anxiously awaiting.
Oh, anxiously. He's probably at the door. Come on, I got to open this up. Come on. Money.
Yeah. So I can't wait to get. When was the last show that you did? How long ago was that?
At Governor's?
Oh no, anywhere before they stopped us.
The last show I did was this Count Basie, my show, the Count Basie Theater in
Jersey,
Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Yep.
Wow.
And it was, I almost died. It was the virus. You started to hear about it. It was 1,200 people sold out. And I looked at the audience. I go, there's a virus going on. They're telling you not to touch your hand. I went to pee. I used my elbow. I go like this, and you're all out on a Sunday night? I couldn't. And then the next 2 nights later, I was, because I have a special needs daughter, and we were down in Florida doing Comics for a Cause.
Okay.
And, me, Ray Romano, Colin Quinn, everyone comes down to do it to help out.
Yeah, I was there the last time you did it at the Cutting Room.
Yes, you remember?
Yeah. That was a great show.
That was a fun night.
That was a lot of fun that night. Chris Roach hosted. That was fun.
Do you have to take any special precautions for your daughter? Because, does she have any health issues that you have to, take further precautions because of the quarantine?
Oh yeah, we have help for her, but we're very careful in our home of who walks in and who's. We have out on the lawn a lot of chairs, and we all sit out there with friends and have a drink. But we don't let anybody in the house near her.
Yeah.
She doesn't walk, she doesn't talk, but she's the apple of our hearts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. But that was a great show though. Chris Roach was the best. I think he sweated through about 3 or 4 shirts.
He's been my opening act in theaters, and then he went over with Kevin James, and I went with John Ziegler from Long Island.
Yep.
And I use both of them now. Well, not now, but when things got better. Yeah, exactly. I do a podcast. I did a lot of videos because I'm home.
Yeah, Carla, I've been watching your videos.
You seen some of them?
Yeah.
Silly shit. I'm having fun just for my head. Yeah, exactly. And then people started to call me producers. Bobby, can we do a podcast? No. They go, why not? I don't want it. So when did you start comedy? And how old were you? I don't give a shit. Exactly. And then he said, well, would you perform? I go, no, I'm not going to go in a little box. Hi, hey, you know what? My wife's Italian, hairy woman. We thank you a lot.
Talking into a wooden spoon.
Thank you. So he said, what would you do if you could? I said, sit around with comedians, fellow comics, as if we're in the green room, just fooling around and fucking around and laughing just before we go on the stage.
Which is the highlight of my week.
Yeah.
Right.
The highlight.
You know what I mean?
The highlight of my week.
Because we'll get together and we'll talk about, oh my God, my wife had me call up something called Spectrum. You ever talk to these people on the phone? Are you residential or are you business? Well, I don't know. Well, sir, what's your ID? I can't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing is, as comics, that's the most fun we have is talking in the green room. That's where most of the funny stuff happens. And as audience members, they want to know what we're talking about backstage. That's the perfect kind of combination.
I told the guy I would do that. So I've done 7 of them already. Every Wednesday, a new one comes out. This past week, it was me, Ray Romano, and who was it? Adam Ferraro.
Adam Ferraro. Okay, nice. Oh, excellent.
Last week.
Yeah,
what?
I'd say, and I saw you had Ziegler and Roach on was it the first one, I think?
First one.
Yeah.
Just to see how it goes. And they're lunatics, Long Island. Well, I was busting their chops. They're great guys.
They're the best. I know Ziegler was one of my first friends in comedy. We used to write together. He's a hilarious guy.
What people don't realize, and I've traveled around the country many times.
Yeah.
People from New York, especially Long Island, are some of the best comedians in the whole country.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they don't know that until they go out other places and come back and you go, whoa.
Yeah. You don't even realize how many people are from Long Island that made it and that are
wonderful.
What do you think that is, though? Is it a different kind of mindset for people from here?
Yeah, I think because you're close to a metropolitan, the biggest city in the country.
Yeah.
And you also have the benefit of going out on Long Island where you can park your car and it's LIE and I can go here and I'm going to go there. But then we're going into the city tonight because we're going to got that inside of it.
With comedy, it's because you do have to kind of know how to switch it up because you can't do, at least I can't do the same set I do in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I can't do that same set if I'm doing something in Suffolk County and I already know that. I know that going in. And if I do the same thing, I can't. The same set that I did at Governor's, at McGuire's, if I try to do that at the Pear or at Greenwich Comedy Club or at Dangerfield, they're not gonna. They hate it. So I think that's why you end up with a lot more material because you have to be able to switch it up. If you have shows in the city on Friday and then something on Long Island on Saturday, you have to be prepared to face 2 completely different audiences.
I hear you. You're
right.
You
see, I was worried about doing the same stuff that I normally do out here on the island at Broadway, which was the last show that I did at Broadway Comedy Club. And I was shocked. They loved it. I was kind of blown away by it because you're right. The city audiences, they're different. It's a different animal.
Well, I challenge myself because I'll go down to the cellar and the average age, these millennials are about 23. And they're dumb as shit. All that on the cell phone. I challenge myself by giving them better, mature, not only material, my stories, and to bring them in. Because if it works for them, it'll work anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. That's why, I'm always in my comfort zone when I'm on Long Island because I can reference Jones Beach and the LIE and blah, blah, blah. But when I'm on the road in the Midwest and everything, I do switch it up a little bit, and it does broaden your
You're a New Yorker. You're a New Yorker.
Exactly.
No,
but
I love it. I love the back east. I don't know how things are going to change now. I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm saying I'm getting calls now. Bobby, would you consider doing a drive-in? A what?
Either.
And I said, how does it work? Well, we have 200 cars, and some people, the first 50 people can sit out in front. We bring a truck around that has a beautiful stage. They open up, and the people here, you can see them. And I said, how much? I'm a comic business.
Exactly. I saw they're doing that in Atlantic City. They go on the back of a flatbed truck.
Right.
And instead of laughing, the cars honk their horns. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous now.
Why can't they just open their windows and laugh? I don't think the horn honking is going to be very terrifying. At least it would be for me.
Yeah.
You're just standing there alone and all these cars are honking at you.
No.
We live in a country where there's 1, no leadership. 2, there's no communication. And yet people are worried about toilet paper wiping their ass. I don't think
That's the first thing. This virus is going to kill us all. I got to worry about my asshole now.
It brings new meaning to the phrase shit hits the fan.
That's right. Exactly.
I mean, in all fairness, their heads are up their ass. So, and you're supposed to keep your face clean.
Right.
I never understood the hoarding of water bottles and the hoarding of toilet paper. Did people anticipate that they wouldn't have water in their house anymore? Because, like, you can just take a shower. If you are running low on toilet paper, you can just jump in the shower.
We're 2 months into this thing, and it's already Oregon Trail. Like it's,
I know, right?
You were talking about New Yorkers and our look, just from talking and enjoying this with you guys and feeling very comfortable. My wife asked me to go to Costco at 8:00 in the morning. We get there at 5 to 8. There's a line like you couldn't believe. I'm not talking 100 or 200, like 300 people holding, ready to go in. And my wife says, forget it. I go, no, I'll handle it. And I had like a credential, a thing that, that you hang around your neck. And I walked over to the head guy and I saw his name was Denny. I had my mask on. I go, Denny. And I waved. He's looking at me. Do I know you? I go, Denny, where'd you get that haircut? I go, well, then cut my hair. And we were talking, and then he goes, who you here with? I go, my wife. He goes, is she online? I go, right over there. He goes, bring her in. Come on, let's go. We were the 9th person in the play. New York.
That's right. Exactly.
New York.
I like the fact that Bobby's the Henry Hill of Costco.
Oh, God. What a world we're living through right now.
It's so crazy.
People talk about politicians. Let's look at the picture at the whole. Trump is only a symptom.
Yep.
What's the big thing?
Absolutely.
What's happening around the whole world? God's saying, pressing the reset button, going, take a good hard look at yourselves. You did. It's not about the money. It's not about the greed. It's about you. It's your heart. It's the inside out, not the outside in.
That's why we all got grounded, so we could think about what we've done. Now we're grounded until we can think about what we've done and come up with a better behavior pattern.
How's that working out for us?
I'm writing a new book, and I did a thing yesterday, a chapter on confidence. I was the shy kid, very shy, and had no confidence growing up in Queens because the other guy and my friend there, his name was Greg. I said, hey, Greg, we should be more like these other guys. They're personable. They're loud. They have a lot more fun than us. He goes, oh, no, I couldn't do it. You do it if you want. And I did. Became popular, and the girls like that. I put on the funny stuff. That came out naturally. Oh, I became the most popular kid in like grammar school. And I remember writing, I go like this. Now that I'm taking my break to hold up a mirror and take a look at myself, I looked and I was writing and I said, that shy kid who became confident, now I'm looking back at him and seeing where he's come from. And
absolutely.
How we still have it.
Exactly. That reminds me of a story that Chris Roach was telling me. I'm not sure if you remember or I do the story justice, but I believe he was opening for you. You guys were running late to a show at a casino. And you had to park on the top level of the parking garage, and they weren't. It was closed. And you're like, Roach, I got this. And you just pretended you knew the security guard. Like, hey, you son of a bitch, how are you? How are you? And Bobby, how are you? And you got the parking spot. And that's every time I see Roach now. I say, hey, you son of a bitch, how are you?
That's what we do.
Exactly. We're New York charisma, and.
I go to the local farmers market to get flowers for the family every Wednesday, and there's a line there. She goes, my wife, are you going to bring your credentials? I go, got them right here. Get right in. She goes, what number did you get in? I go, I was a little bad today. I got in number 3. We grew up like that.
Exactly. Most of us, absolutely.
So this is the time that you really hold up. We're always holding up a mirror and letting the audience see themselves through our humor and feeling who we are so they get to know us and hopefully come back and see us. Now it's time we're holding up a mirror and take a look at ourselves. Carla, you don't have to. You're really pretty. So
it took a pit crew in 3 days to get like that. Don't.
I'm changing the tire now.
You woke up like that.
You're just mad because we both haven't had a haircut in 3 months, and I still look all right.
I never looked good.
I watched it the other day. She goes, how do you think it looks? I go, ever hear of Gumby? Boy, you learn a lot. And there's the material, being home. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Bobby, put the toilet seat down. Bobby, you never flush the toilet. Why don't you pick that up? Why are you drinking out of the container? You just had a bunch of nuts. Other people have to drink out of
Exactly. It makes you more aware of the things that go-
You start developing weird habits when you're home all day.
Oh.
We decided that as a household, we all decided that we like drinking out of jars, glass jars.
Right. Cool.
It just started slow, and now nobody wants to use a glass. Everyone gets mad if they don't have their own jar. That's just what happened. And these are 3 people in very different walks of life. A 5-year-old, my older daughter's 16, and I'm however old I am. Mind your neck, Mike and Tim. And we all just decided that now we drink out of jars. That just happened in quarantine. That's just the thing that happened for no reason.
I walked into a store the other day. They said, sorry, sir, you don't have a mask. Because I forgot. And I was starting to leave, and some lady said, sir, you don't have a mask? I go, no, it's all right. She goes, she gave me a Kotex pad with a rubber band. I wore it. We do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, absolutely. Yeah, I got kicked out of a dollar store because I wasn't wearing a mask. I'm like, I never thought I'd be kicked out of a dollar store in my life. But I actually got a haircut 2 days ago. It was
black market haircut.
Yeah.
You went in and got a haircut?
Went into some guy's shed. He's that's
called
somebody passed me this guy's number.
Back alley haircuts.
I sent him a text message. I show up to the house. I said, I'm here. And he said, I'll be right out to let you in. This big black guy opens the gate and says, okay, go into the shed. And I thought that was it for me, first of all. And I go in, and he had it set up like a regular barber. There's a barber chair, there's a mirror, the barber side. And it was an actual haircut I got, but I felt like I was going to get arrested at any minute.
I thought you were going to get raped from where that story was going.
Yeah.
Did you see his haircut? He did.
Was it a priest?
He walked in there and said, give me the Bob's Big Boy.
Did you see Mike? Was it a priest? No, Bobby, stop it. Bobby, stop it.
That's amazing.
I got my first gig coming up, and I don't know if it's going to happen. My wife's freaking out about planes, with.
Yeah.
But my first gig is Harrah's up in Lake Tahoe, California, up north, Nevada.
And when is that?
4th of July weekend. That's their #1 weekend up there.
Oh, wow.
And they close April and May. So I texted the person up there yesterday, and I said, hey, are you guys going to, because I got to either make arrangements to get there. And they said, Bobby, we're so sorry, but we don't know yet.
Oh, wow. I guess it's so much uncertainty and everything. And then there's always the thing, you're not going to do meet and greets afterwards, I'm sure.
No, but I might drive up. It's a 7-hour drive, but it's beautiful here.
Yeah, you can drive there. It probably makes more sense.
Yeah.
It's probably.
But then the next week, every year I go down. I don't do that many comedy clubs, even though I do Governors for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
There's a comedy club, and the owners, I've known them for so long. It's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, called the Comedy Cabana.
I've been dying to go there. And
it's a great club. It's small, maybe 250. Yeah. But they opened up last week.
Oh, did they really? Oh,
and
wow.
Some lady on Facebook was talking to me, and she said, I went last week. I go, you're kidding. And I go, how was it? She goes, there was about 100 people there. Separated, but 100 people opening night.
Wow.
My problem is I'm usually up in New York during this time because that's where I get my New York summer gigs, and I fly down from LaGuardia. Now from California, you got to make 1 to 2 stops. I don't want to.
No, absolutely.
No.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that will be more marketable now if we send out our headshot, our credits, our avails, and my coronavirus antibody test? Because I already had coronavirus. So I have
We
antibodies.
all did.
We all
So does that make us more marketable?
You guys were all
It does.
yeah, we all got it. I think we all caught it from Carla.
Yep.
No, you didn't.
My parents got it. Carla's daughters both got it. Her sister got it.
You're kidding me.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a day job. I know that's frowned upon by most comics, but I have children who enjoy eating.
Right.
And I'm an attorney.
Oh, not
Yeah. So
Mike, you
courthouses-
scored.
Yeah. The courthouse,
My mom didn't raise no fool.
the courthouses got hit pretty bad. I think just because they're so packed. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure either I got it from taking the subway to court or from actually just being in different courthouses. I think there were like 10 or 12 judges in the New York City court system that died because they're older and there was, a lot of court employees got hit.
How bad were you sick? How sick, Mike? How bad, Carla?
I had bilateral pneumonia. I never went to the hospital, but I was home. I was pretty bad. Tim got it the worst. Tim was in the hospital. He had a pulmonary embolism.
Multiple pulmonary embolisms.
How long, Tim?
I was in the hospital for
Randy Singer. He owns the Boca Black Box.
Yes. Yep. I know Randy.
So, Bobby, come on. Can you give me a date? No. Theaters come first.
No, but you
So,
can tell him that we're available and we are not contagious.
Yeah, we all three of us have antibodies. We're more than willing to fly.
We can fly. I don't care. I'll
Fly
fly.
now? Honestly, would you fly?
I would.
I wouldn't fly, but I would do a road gig if I could drive there. But
Tim?
I wouldn't fly just yet.
I think I would give. Given the fact that nobody's flying, I think I probably would at this point.
Yeah, fine. I mean, I'd be thoughtful about it. Hi, Sugar Bear.
Hi, gorgeous.
Be up in a few minutes.
Hi, Sugar Bear.
I'd be thoughtful about it. I'd take my own wipes. I would still wear a mask. I would wear gloves. I'd wipe everything down. If I'm going to sit there, I'd wipe it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would fly. Right. Well, I'm in a different position. I already had it.
Well, yeah, I did have it. I did test positive for the antibodies. I have a high antibody count. I'd still probably wait a little while to fly, though.
How
Maybe
long were
after
you laid
summer.
up for? How long were you laid up for?
I was. It was about a good 6 days that I was pretty bad, where I couldn't really leave the one room that I was in, and I was on the main level, and my bathrooms in the house are on the top floor, bottom floor. So whenever I had to use the bathroom, I had to climb stairs. Every time I went up a flight of stairs, I felt like I was going to die. That was the.
And Tim was in the hospital. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So I don't know. As far as the future, I know that they're going to start doing clubs at like 50% capacity. You think that's really going to affect it? Because it kills like the intimacy of a comedy club. Everyone's all spread out now.
This is something we've never experienced in our lives, you know? And I, like when they called me up to do next June for this 2 shows, one's a little bit upstate above New York, above Yonkers, Westchester, for a drive-in. And they said, Bobby, and the money was pretty good. And I said, you know what? I'll wait until see how it goes. I don't want to be the first one, and let me know, because I'll wait till July to see what happens.
Yeah.
But again, as a comic, and we all know this, my insecurity is like, oh my God, I haven't been on a stage in 9 weeks. I don't know if I can do it again. I don't remember what I did. Oh shit. I don't know what. Oh, I got to write down what I did. Jill, what was that bit that I used to do?
That's what it is. And for me, it's not even the money. It's just I miss it, and I feel like I'm going to be a little bit rusty. I did one virtual show. It was something I volunteered for mental health professionals. They do like a free show for them.
How was it?
So I did it. It was they wanted 30 minutes for me to do it virtually on Zoom, and I thought it was going to be awful, but it was actually okay because you could see everyone's reactions and
Oh, you could.
and about a minute and a half into it, I remembered my act. I started out a little bit rough, but
Right.
But
I know this guy that's a boxer. He goes, Bobby, you got boxing rust. I go, what is that? He goes, once we start doing it again, it picks up. You know.
Yeah, muscle. Exactly.
I go, but I got older. I'm peeing a lot. He said, you'll remember. You're good.
Yeah, we'll all be there some. Soon
And I'm pretty sure the bladder remembers the muscle memory. You'll be able to hold it. It'll be fine.
But yeah, Bobby was talking about his podcast before. It's called Bobby's Virtual Friends.
Bobby's Virtual Friends.
Yep.
.com. I don't.
Yeah. Everyone listening, go check out Bobby's podcast. He has great guests on that.
I got Chris Rock and somebody else. I don't know.
Oh, awesome! Very cool.
Just fooling.
Yeah, everyone listening, check it out.
What we did. We did 35, 40 minutes already like that.
I know. It really, it's just a conversation. We're catching up with each other, So, but
that's the way it should.
We do thank you so
much. Back.
What's that?
Get my money back.
Oh, we're on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start working on it now. I know where he lives.
I'm gonna fuck him up.
Look at Carla. I'll fuck that motherfucker up.
No, she will.
Oh, she'll do it too.
Colombian. She'll
There's no ring rust in those hands.
I gotta run, but it was a pleasure to meet you, Carla. Tim, thank you.
Bobby, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do it again, buddy.
Bobby, thanks so much. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you around the clubs.
You got it, buddy. Say hello to Long Island.
Absolutely.
Will do.
Have a great day, Bobby. Thank you.
Bobby Collins, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Domestic Disturbance Podcast, and if you didn't, even better. You can show us your disdain by sharing the show from iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Though honestly, nobody uses Google Play. Check out our Facebook page for any upcoming comedy shows or appearances from Carla, Mike, and Tim. Also, don't forget to check out our favorite band, Bore, on Spotify, or purchase their new EP, Bore 2, on iTunes or Bandcamp. We'll see you next week, Rageaholics.